We don't have any pots. We're going to rotate to the team fight, see if there's anything we can do. 3 people over here. That is a Cupid ultimate. Poseidon ult. We get a polymorph off. We get 3. We're going to make a play. We get 3. There's the 4th. And we're able to get a quadra kill. What a do, skibbity boo, it's your boy SeanyB Gaming, and today we have a viewer request to play Hera and mid. If you are new to the channel, I upload every single day. I add some commentary to a game that I've already played with the intention of seeing what went right and what went wrong, and hopefully there's something that we can learn together. If you are a returning viewer, Hera is one of my favorite gods. I think she is underrated. I think she can pretty much one burst anybody down with her ultimate and her kit. Very strong god, like her a lot, highly recommend her. So let's go ahead and review her abilities. Hera's one has cone damage and it has fist damage. So Hera's going to cast this ability, and right in front of Hera, the cone is going to appear and it's going to knock back minions into wherever the fist damage is. Enemies hit by both fists are going to take an additional 15% damage. Hera's 2 is Polymorph. She's going to cast a line attack that if it hits an enemy god is going to cause their form to shift into a monster. Hera's 3 is her Divine Shroud. She's going to gain a shield, and as long as she has that shield, she's going to gain 15% movement speed. If Argus, her ultimate, is active, Argus is going to shine with the same divine power as Hera, causing him to deal radiant damage and move at an increased speed of 50%. Hera's ultimate, Argus the Defender. Hera is going to be able to cast a circle. Argus is going to appear, knocking up enemies. Argus is a pet. You can let him go after characters, or you can let him defend Hera. Argus has an attack chain that starts with a normal basic attack, a ground AoE circle that slows enemies, followed by a line attack. As you level up this ultimate, Argus is going to get increased health, increased damage, increased movement speed, increased protections, and he's going to have a lifetime of 40 seconds. Hera's passive. Each time Hera deals damage to gods with her ability or basic attacks, Argus, her ultimate, is going to get its cooldown reduced by 1, and her 3 is going to be reduced by 0.33 seconds. If Argus is active, he's going to be healed instead. My first Hera tip for you is whenever you are attacking the very first minion wave, attack it from the side. You're going to be able to get the cone and fist damage onto all of the minions instead of missing the cone damage on the back minions. This could make a difference early on whenever you're trying to outclear an enemy. In terms of leveling, we're going to level up her 1, put a point into her 2, put a point into her 3, max out our 1, max out our ult, max out our 2, and max out our 3. We're going to go ahead and hit the small harpy. Make our way back to mid. Right now we're just looking for a little bit of farm in between wave. We might be able to poke this Janus out. He's pretty squishy early on. We're able to get a little bit of poke with our 1. We miss him with the 2. So whenever trying to cast onto an enemy when fighting in the wave, I find it best to use your 1 to push all the minions back. That's going to cause our minions to step up a little bit. Then we can try to hit the enemy with our 2. But we're really focused on the minion wave this early on. Any additional we can poke, we can get onto Janus is going to be helpful, but we got to outclear him first. We're going to go ahead and rotate to the... Nope, we're not going to the mid-harpy camp. We probably could right there. He doesn't really have the mana to contest us. In terms of the start, we're going to be going into the Mage's Blessing. Then we're going to be going into the tier 1 of Kronos Pendant. Then we're going to be going into boots. We get some good damage right there. We should force him back before he's able to force us back. We just have more mana than him. We do have our ultimate, so if he comes out of tower, we could totally burst him down. In fact, we could probably get him in tower right now if we were super aggressive. We just don't have eyes on their jungler. Because we don't have eyes on their jungler, we're not going to overstep too much. We do have a free ward that we can place to help us try to identify where their jungler is. Our damage is up, so we're going to go ahead and head that way. Oh no, I remember this play. So, don't be me. Don't do this. Don't do this. It's bad. It's bad. So, super embarrassing. I feel like I have not done that in months, but you know, you occasionally do that every once in a while. And I've lost my right to judge anybody else in this game. I died to our red buff, so if everyone else wants to be out of position, I think I've lost my right to call them out on it. Super bad oops. So we die by the red, and then we buy the wrong boots. But we're going to make it work for a little bit. Off to kind of a rough start, but we are going to clean this up, and we are about to pop off. Ugh, what a rough way to start the video. Dying to the red buff. But I promise you, before the 20-minute mark, we're going to be popping off. We use our ultimate. Good job for the Saket. She's able to dash right after getting knocked up. Our thought process was to get the knockup and then to get the polymorph. But she was able to dash before our polymorph could connect. Whenever you call in Argus, it's going to knock up all the enemies. So whenever an enemy is knocked up, it's a good time to line up your polymorph. You can cast your polymorph, cast your 1, and then use your 3 to increase Argus's movement speed.
Looks like we have a fearless warrior on our hands.
We don't have any potions. We just have our boots. So we gotta be kind of careful here. We're able to get a little bit of poke onto the Yanis. Poseidon is rotating from jungle. We miss our polymorph. The Yanis uses his Aegis, so now we know that his Aegis is down until about 8:45. Aegis and beads both have about a 3-minute cooldown. I think one has a 2-minute 30-second cooldown. I forget which one it is. But usually if you add 3 minutes to whenever the enemy used their relic, that's whenever they're going to have it next. We have our ult in 4. We're going to go for it. We ult him. We're going to use our polymorph. We're going to use our 1. We're able to get the pick. We're going to go ahead and fall back. We're going to see if we can help this Poseidon out. We cannot, so we're going to worry about getting ourselves out. We're going to fall back a little bit, and we're going to start our back. Maybe in another game we would try to take the enemy red buff, but we've had a bad luck with red buffs this game, so we're going to avoid it.
Oh, look. More work for you to do.
So we are going to be going into Kronos Pendant. Kronos Pendant is going to give us 80 magical power. It's going to give us some MP5, and it's going to give us 20% cooldown reduction. It has a passive that every 10 seconds we're going to knock a second off of all of our cooldowns. It's going to be a very useful passive. It's going to allow us to ult a lot more often, and that is the main reason we are getting Kronos Pendant. That and the MP5. MP5 is going to be helpful for our mana regeneration. We're going to go ahead and try to make a play for the red buff. Bacchus is here. We're going to get our polymorph ready, but we get knocked up. Bacchus ults, so we don't get our red. Probably not worth on his part. Hopefully it's not worth on his part. He's trying to stick around, get a pick on us. We do have our ultimate. We cast it. He's able to jump out. We're going to use our 3 in just a second. We got to avoid the Circuit. We're still kind of in the fight. We need to get Argus onto a target. It looks like they're both going to be able to get away in mid. Don't know what's going on in solo lane right now. Nobody's over there, and Sol is on our tier 2 tower. So that's an issue. We're going to go ahead and clean up middle lane. Let's check these neutral harpies. Nope, we might rotate onto this Sol. Or just hit the jungle shrine. I think our time would have been better spent going for the mid harpies right there. We're going to go ahead and clear the wave. Put a second point into our ultimate, so now Argus is healthier. faster, does more damage, and has more protections. We go ahead and clear the mid Harpies. I don't think Giannis has really cleared anything outside of his red buff between waves, so we should be able to start trying to get a little bit of a lead on him. We did go down once, so we are a level behind.
Attack the Gold Fury! Group up!
It's a bit adventurous, but I think we could... Nope, we can't do it with Circuit right there. So we're going to fall back. Bacchus is here. We're going to go ahead and use our Polymorph to cancel him out of his burp. We popped our 3 just in case he wanted to try to ult us. We don't have any pots. We're going to rotate to the team fight, see if there's anything we can do. 3 people over here. That is a Cupid ultimate. Poseidon ult. We get a Polymorph off. We get 3. We're going to make a play. We get 3. There's the 4th. And we're able to get a quadra kill. We look up and we see that the last person left is a Soul. And we're thinking, okay, cool. That's their carry. Nope. Soul is their solo. So there's no way we're going to be able to connect this to a pentakill. We're going to go ahead and work on the Gold Fury. And then we're going to go ahead and back. We are going to use that quadra kill that we just got to get our Kronos Pendant online and to also refinance our boots into the lifesteal boots. So we're already getting a decent amount of cooldown from the Kronos Pendant. What we really need is lifesteal boots. We need a little bit of sustain to allow us to keep alive in our lane. Thinking about it, and we're like, nope, we need lifesteal boots more than cooldown boots. We're going to pick those up and get the tier 1 of Divine Ruin. So Soul is going to have some lifesteal. Cupid most likely will. Janice probably will. We're going to go ahead and get anti-heal online pretty early.
Your middle tower is under attack.
So now that we have Kronos Pendant and our lifesteal boots, we're going to be able to cast abilities a lot more freely. We're able to get a pick onto the Soul. That is a Bacchus ult. We're going to use R3. We're able to get a double kill onto him. Circuit is charging in. We're going to use our Polymorph. We're going to go ahead and use our... What? That's a triple. We're going to use our Argus. We're going to use our 3. And that is another quadra kill. Followed up by a quadra kill. I love that. So their whole team just kind of charged at us one by one right there. And we were able to get some picks onto them. Having gotten a basically another team wipe, I think we can totally get Fire Giant right here. We're going to send Argus in. I think we have the Fire Giant aggro, so it's going to cast its line attack at us. We use our 3 for the shield to increase Argus's damage and also avoid some of the damage we were taking. Cupid comes in. They are going to push us off of Fire Giant.
Oh, look.
That is a Giannis ult. We're going to have to peel around, get a little bit of separation between us and the enemy team. We might try to help this Kukulkan out, but I don't think there's a whole lot we're going to be able to do.
An ally has been slain.
Yeah, he's down. We think maybe they're going for the blue buff, so we're going to cast some abilities. They were not going for blue buff. We're going to go ahead and rotate, see if we can get some of this XP in mid before the minions go under tower and go down. The enemy team is now on Fire Giant. We're going to go ahead and rotate over. We do have our ultimate. Circuit's rotating in behind us. That could be an issue. We're going to cast our ultimate onto the Fire Giant. We're able to get the pick. We get a pick onto the Giannis. We're going to use our 3. We get CC'd by Circuit. And now we are just down. If our 1 would have gotten off, we would have gotten that Cupid right there. But it looks like Osiris was able to clean him up anyways. So we came in, we stole Fire Giant, and we got a pick. On paper, that's fantastic. That's a trade I'd take all day. I do feel like, however, we probably could have gotten a little bit more right there. We got CC'd by Circuit, and if we beats that, there's a chance we would have been able to get a little bit more damage off in that fight. They were all collapsing on me. I didn't really have my front line. I had a few seconds before my front line was going to be able to do anything for me. So, even if I did beats, probably still would have gone down right there. We're going to make our way up mid. So we are a level 14 now. We got 2 levels on our lane opponent. We polymorph the Bacchus. We're able to get some damage onto him. We eat a Yin Assault. We're going to go ahead and palp our 3. We cast our ultimate because we have a feeling we are about to go down. We use our beads. Circuit's here. We get the polymorph off. We're able to wiggle right between those Janus bullets. Right now, Argus is not on anybody. We're going to try to use his pet mechanic and send him onto this Bacchus. We're able to get a double kill. I think that's our 4th multi-kill this game. We're going to use our 3, increase his movement speed, have him go onto the Cupid.
Seek opportunities to turn the battle.
We're going to use our polymorph. We miss our polymorph. If we would have hit our polymorph, there's a chance we would have been able to hit our 1. We are going to use our 3, get that increased movement speed, and run away from Cupid. Cast our polymorph through the wall, we get some damage. We probably could have gotten a pick onto him if we landed our 1 right there. He is still kind of pushing us, but he's going into the right jungle. We're going to go ahead and fall back.
Oh look, more work for you
There's
to
a
do.
chance we could have gotten a pick on that soul, but we were very weak. She probably would have gotten us with 1 ability, so the safer play was to go back. Looks like Osiris still might not get her.
Stand in our way again.
Kukulon is able to rotate in and get the pick. So we've got our front line and back line over in right. We've got 2 people rotating over there. We're going to go ahead and rotate as well. We're going to use our 3 for the increased movement speed. We do have our ultimate if we can find a good place to use it. We use it onto the Janus. Unfortunately, we missed the knockup and we miss our polymorph. Right now we are in a terrible position. We're going to reassign Argus onto the Bacchus. Use our 3 for the increased movement speed and the damage over time effects. We're going to keep peeling back. We turn Argus onto Circuit. We cast some abilities. We're going to peel back. Poseidon comes in, ults a bunch of people. A lot of people weak. We get stunned by Bacchus. We get a double polymorph. Cupid is absolute. Soul is able to get the pick onto the Cupid. Soul comes in, ults a few people. The enemy team is very, very weak. We probably should cut through jungle instead of going around lane right here. We're going to use our 3 to try to catch up a little bit. We are on cooldown, so we're going to be careful on how we engage this. 3 people, now we're on their side of the jungle. I feel like it's time to back it up. So after going into Divine Ruin, which Divine Ruin is going to give us 90 magical power, 10 flat penetration, and it has a passive that whenever we tag an enemy with an ability, they're going to have 40% reduced healing for 5 seconds.
More work for you to do.
Retreat middle lane.
After going into Divine Ruin, we're going to be going into Soul Reaver. Soul Reaver is going to provide us 95 magical power, 300 mana, and 10% magical penetration. It has a passive. If the enemy has below 2,000 health, our abilities are going to deal 2% of their maximum health. If the enemy has anywhere from between 2,000 health and 2,750 health, this ability is going to scale from 2% max health to 7% max health, and it caps out at 7% at 2,750 health. Subsequent hits on the same target are going to deal half the bonus damage. Poseidon comes in, gets a fat ult onto the Cupid, is able to get the pick. We cast our 1, we get some damage. We use our ultimate onto the Soul. We're going to use our 3. Soul uses her little ball move to dissolve. We're going to kind of rotate. We miss a fat polymorph onto Yanis. We're going to keep falling back. Our team is kind of pushing here. We're able to get the pick onto Soul. Yanis is still alive. We're going to get Argus onto him. Yanis is able to peel back. We're going to send Argus in. We should be able to get this tower right here. Serket comes in behind us. We miss our polymorph. She would be dead if we didn't miss our polymorph. Super unfortunate. She's able to bait us away from the tier 1 tower. Soul is able to get the tower. Yanis is pretty weak. Now would be a good time to fall back. Or to go for the Gold Fury. I don't think that Kukulkan's going to be able to chase Serket down. She has 2 dashes, probably has movement speed. She's a very elusive character. That is a Cupid ultimate. We're going to use our beads and our 3. We use our polymorph, we connect onto 2. We use our 1 and we're able to get the pick onto Cupid. We barely dodged the Yanis ultimate right there. Bacchus burps on us and Serket rotates in on us while we're getting burped. We probably should have backed it up a while ago. As soon as we saw that they were going to kind of contest, we should have fallen to our half of the map. So I feel like our team's kind of all over the place, except for I died by red buff, so I have no right to say anything about that. But in an ideal world, we would have Kukulkan and Osiris sticking close to us, meaning myself and Soul. Poseidon's kind of a free roamer. He can kind of do what he wants. I don't think this Soul is really grouping in our team fights. So we have Soul Eater or Soul Reaver online that is going to give us a little bit more of a power spike for these team fights. We're going to be able to deal relevant damage to everyone on the enemy team. There's a chance that they're on gold. Does not look like it, so we're going to make a play for gold. This is the Oni Fury, so if we get the pick onto this, we're going to get an enhanced minion wave in each lane.
Be right back.
We are going to rotate back to mid. Use our 2 to clear the wave. Their enemy Soul is here. Bacchus is retreating to reinforcements. That is a Cupid ultimate. I think a Soul ultimate as well. Poseidon comes in, gets his ultimate off, is able to get the pick onto 1. We're going to use Argus onto this Serket. She's very elusive. And it looks like we're able to get the pick onto Bacchus. Argus, go on Serket. Stop guarding me. Oh, beautiful dodge by her. We're able to... Oh, she dashes through to avoid damage on our 1. This Serket is very, very elusive. Serket is able to go... Serket gets picked by the Osiris. We're going to go ahead and make a play for the tower over in right lane. I don't expect that we're going to be able to get the middle Phoenix. We have the enhanced wave over in right, so we're going to rotate over here and help get this tower. We're not level 20, so we're going to hang around, get the wave, and then fall back.
Oh, they will take their chances coming this way.
We got a ward on fire. We're going to go ahead and back. next we are going to be going into Ethereal Staff.
Never done me wrong.
Ethereal Staff is going to provide us 90 magical power. It's going to provide us 200 health and 20% crowd control reduction. It has a passive that we're going to steal 8% mana and 6% health from an enemy whenever we damage them with an ability. This siphon is going to last for 45 seconds, and we can only siphon from a character once every 15 seconds. So we're stealing stats from them, we're getting some crowd control reduction, we're getting a little bit of power, and we're also gaining some increased health. The increased health and crowd control reduction is going to help us survive a little bit. Bacchus used all of his stuff, so we're going to use all of our stuff to go on to him. Our team is getting collapsed on while we're chasing down the Bacchus, so we're going to try to rearrange our target priority and go for this Janus.
More work for you to do.
We are one shot, so we're going to start falling back. Cupid dashes on us. We're able to get Argus onto this Janus. Nope, Argus is still trying to defend us instead of trying to track down enemies.
The best things come in pairs. Looks like we have a fearless warrior on our hands.
We are able to get the pick onto the Janus. We're going to go ahead and hit these oracles.
Be right back.
Always best to keep a trick
We are
up the
able to
sleeve.
get our
Or
Ethereal
tear
Staff
rubber.
online. Now we could potentially make a play for fire right here. It's just the Serket and Bacchus left on the enemy team.
Please?
Soul wanted to get the Pyromancer instead of the Fire Giant. Now we're being very indecisive about it.
Attack fire giant! Attack fire giant!
So now we finally decide to go on it, but we probably for 5 to 10 seconds too late right there. We're going to go ahead and cast our ultimate onto the Fire Giant. Make sure that we can confirm it. We're getting pushed by a lot of people right here. We send Hera or Argus onto the Janus.
An ally has been slain.
I think this Janus is going to be able to get away, which is a shame. They have some elusive characters on the team. They have the Serket, they have a Bacchus, they have the Janus. We're able to get the pick onto the Bacchus. Now we're going to rotate through, see if we can get this soul. Our Argus goes down. Janus is here. Osiris looks like he's going to tank, so we're going to run in and try to help him out. We pop our 3. We get slowed and we take some damage. We take a lot more damage than we expected. Serket comes out of nowhere, taunts us, and forces us to take one more Phoenix shot than we can handle. So we're going to go down. That was a very aggressive, very bad play on my part. Running into Phoenix like that is never a smart idea.
Looks like we have a fearless warrior on our hands.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Oh, look how fast they are.
So we are going to sell our Mage's Blessing, and we're going to pick up Soul Gem. Soul Gem is going to provide us 80 power, some lifesteal, and it's going to provide us 10% cooldown. It's basically replacing the cooldown that we were getting from Mage's Blessing, and it's going to replace the lifesteal we were getting from our boots. So that way whenever we sell our boots, we're going to be able to get an item non-lifesteal related and not really feel that much of a change in the build. Side is able to get a nice pit onto the Serket, but he's got 2 people pushing him.
Someone so weak.
On my way. Your middle phoenix is under attack.
Always a lucky card up my sleeve.
An enemy has been slain.
I'll be back.
We get picked by Soul. Super unfortunate. We basically walked out of Fountain and then lost the first engagement that we ran into. That's a shame. We just overstepped right there. We should have backed. We weren't even paying attention to see if we had our relics. Our team is pushing up. They might be able to get this Bacchus right here, but he blinks away, so probably not.
Middle lane.
I feel like our front line is alright and doing things pretty well. Osiris and Golem are both doing a decent job at frontlining. I feel like they're just frontlining without our damage.
Now.
So right now they're diving into tower. Maybe they'll be able to get this Bacchus, maybe not. Does not look like it. Soul gets a little bit of poke onto the Phoenix, but it looks like our team's getting pushed back right here. We're going to try to get to the team fight as fast as possible. We are going to hold off on using our 3.
Work for you to do.
We're making our way to the fight. So that is a Soul ultimate. We're going to use our Polymorph. You get the pick or the Polymorph onto Soul. We're going to keep pushing through, try to help our Poseidon out. Soul rotates away. Her fancy dash is down, so we're going to cast some abilities, but we turned our back and the entire enemy team is behind us. We use our Beach Aegis combo. We're going to use our 1, get a little bit of damage off. We're going to use our 3. We're able to get the pick onto the Soul. Bunch of people on us. We use our Polymorph onto the Giannis. We're going to cast our 1, get a little bit of a lifesteal going. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Argus is on somebody. We're going to use our 1. We're going to use our 3. That's going to give us a shield. We're going to cast an ability, and we're able to get the pick onto the Giannis. I do not think we're going to be able to survive the Bacchus, and we do not. But we turned. We were chasing 1. I feel like we took damage from all 4 people. Used our beads and Aegis to kind of peel out. We were able to secure the kill on the person we were initially going for, and then get 1 other before going down. All because Argus was up targeting somebody, and then it was just my job to stay alive in that fight.
Ally yourself with someone so weak.
So now it's just Soul up. She is working on the Primal Fury. The Primal Fury, if you pick it, it's going to give your team and your teammates a buff that you're going to deal 5% more damage to all jungle camps. This can stack up to 3 times if you kill 3 Primal Furies as a team. Fire Giant is a jungle buff, so that's kind of why it's important. 2 people on our team are not having it, but I feel like we're having a fantastic game, just bopping and slaying away. Although I feel like things are not looking good for us. I feel like we have not had a good team fight since like the mid game. I feel like they're winning every team fight right now. Three people in right. Oh no, what are we doing? Why are we pushing this wave up? We're rotating behind them. This is a very aggressive rotation. We get poked out for over half their... This is going to be a bad fight. This is going to be a bad fight. Fall back. We cast our 2. We're able to get a little bit of poke, a little bit of a heal right there. Bacchus blinks and tries to burp on us. Oh, we tried to polymorph that. Keep it ultimate, and we go down. So right there, we should have just rotated back to mid instead of trying to rotate to right. I think that might be game. It's just the Osiris left. They've got some damage pushing onto the Titan. Yeah. Well, I felt like we had a really good game. I definitely recommend this build in this build order to people. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you feel like you learned anything at all, check out the channel and subscribe for more content. The stats for this game will be posted in just a moment. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.